How you guys doing? This is Chris here from Wave. We are Vital Entertainment. I'm here interviewing Sir Aimezing. Sir Aimezing is a social influencer, mentor, producer, and the creator of the Shift platform as well. He's one of those change agents in Buffalo. If you don't know what a change agent is, he's one of those people that really sparks something into the youth that makes a change to those that are in really tough situations and need a mentor and somebody to go to. He is one of those people. So you can follow him on Instagram, which is Sir Aimezing, AIME. Spell the rest.
Zing.
Zing,
Okay,
because I didn't want to
right?
mess it up for you. I didn't want to mess it up. So I really want to thank you for doing this with us. We at Wave, we're one week into our platform as well, and we met together at a Lunch and Learn social networking event. So it was we really do appreciate that you're doing this for us.
I appreciate everything that you're creating, putting together a team and having a vision and creating content, and also just providing a platform for people to speak on culture, to speak on themselves. So props to you, kudos to you, and I'm thankful to even be at the beginning, because it's gonna continue to grow as long as you put that work into it.
Thank you. That's the plan. That's what we would love to do, especially with you as a great mentor as well. So just to start, your name Aime. What is the origin of that? Where is that from, and how does that translate in the future to Sir Aimezing?
Okay, so the interesting thing is, Aime is French, and it means love, or the loved one. And I'm actually Congolese. See, I'm a little bit unique. My dad was born in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, so I'm Congolese. My mom is Black American, so like I said, I'm an actual African American.
Yeah, you black.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily like fufu, but I've been around it. I love that food. At the same time, as you know, I do like chicken. Watermelon hits. You feel me?
I don't like the grape soda, but we're just gonna leave it at that one. Watermelon good though.
I'm gonna be honest. Grape soda. I don't drink soda as much, but grape soda pop is my favorite flavor.
Okay, so he black. So we got that straight. That is
me?
settled. He is black.
You feel me?
Thank you. So what is a social influencer to you? Because that's the first thing that you see once you go to your social media page. One scroll on your finger, you can see that he is a social influencer, that you are a social influencer. But what is that to you? What is your definition of that?
Definition is someone who has influence in a variety of ways socially. So that comes from networking, which is how we met.
Yes,
it
sir.
comes from being a mentor, connecting with someone from a younger generation and being of assistance to them. It comes from doing a lot of activist work. I'm a member of the NAACP. I'm a member of the Buffalo Urban League. I'm a member of BABJ, which is the Black journalists in the city of Buffalo. So constantly being in contact with people in a variety of spaces, at the same time as being someone who's going to be emceeing an event on Black History Month at School 6 towards the end of this month. So there's a variety of ways that influence comes from. And when you ask me that, somebody asked me what my strength is my influence. When I walk into a room, there's a presence that comes with me.
Yes,
and I just try to translate that into a variety of ways.
Yes, I could definitely attest to that. When Wilfred, the CEO of Wave, and I pulled up to the Lunch and Learn event, the first person I saw walk into the building was you, and then I did see you with the hoodie on. So my first perception coming into the event, I'm not sure who I'm going to see, what the perception of me would be, because I'm a black male coming in with braids. I do have a sweater on. I am dressed nice, but I have jeans, I have the shoes, but I also have a chain on, because that speaks to who I am. But coming in, you're going to have that feeling of uncomfort as well. But then when I saw you with a hoodie on, with your blazer over it, and the shirt said, "Be yourself." Now, my question is, did you ever feel that, well, in the beginning, that you had to dress a certain way and then conform and understand that this is who I really am and change up? And then could you explain what "Be Yourself" is as well?
Two-part question. Great question. We talk about attire, right? For me, I understand as a black man, there's a certain way that we have to carry ourselves when we get into these different spaces. But I also like to tuck my shirt in. I always felt like a polo looks better tucked in than untucked.
Yes, sir.
However, there's a middle ground that you have to meet between being yourself and also being what's not necessarily from a perspective of accepted, but what is appropriate in that arena. A blazer is always appropriate because it shows you're a sign of businessman. I was looking at this note I took of a small friend of mine, shout out to y'all, where she told me, "Hey man, you gotta wear leader's clothes." Leaders wear blazers. Leaders wear button-up shirts.
Show something with charge.
It's showing. It's all applying to the presence as well, right? And here's the other thing. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a background. When I was in school, high school, elementary, even in college, I kind of like to troll teachers. So what I would do, first day of class, I go to the back of the room, right? And I'm going to the back of the room because I want them to think that they know me. So I sit in the back, and they're already making a judgment because they said, like, statistics show kids that sit in the back aren't as effective as students. By the end of the school year, these teachers are raving and loving me because I'm always answering questions.
I'm the back seat sitting too.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, Rosa Parks. We apologize, but we sit in the back.
We made the choice, though. Nobody
Yes.
told us we had to do it.
Yes.
We made that decision, right? And ultimately, how I connect that to the clothing is perception is reality, right? You can never take back your first impression. So we always have to make sure, especially as black men, especially as people who want to elevate and shift up, that when we have that opportunity to meet someone that could potentially change our lives, that we are ready in that moment.
You're in that spot, you're in the place for that. So now, what about the be yourself? How do you transition into what you created for yourself, being that leader, to have those blazers as well and to dress a certain way and understand that this is how I would like to dress? Now, where does the be yourself come in?
Be yourself is really speaks to us all, right? Because we grow up in a world, and especially in our era now, where how do you tell what's the difference between what I'm scrolling through and when I'm actually interacting with the person? Is that the same
Person you're getting?
Yeah, I like to take pride in being the same exact person that you could see on your screen when we meet and talk in person, whether it be via message on the phone, however that goes. Be yourself is actually a hoodie that I made a few years back before I really focused in on being Sir Aimezing and working on the different endeavors. It speaks to me because you didn't see the full hoodie. So on the back is the flag of Zaire, the flag that I remember, and it's ingrained in my mind with a black man's hand holding the flame. And how I tie that to being myself is when we talk about Aime. Have you ever met anybody named Aime before?
Not at all. Not at all. I'll tell you that much.
The only other person that I know is my dad. So for me, being myself is being the individual that stands out amongst a lot of people, but it also ties into culture and ties into, okay, you know what? I do like to tuck my shirt, and there are certain ways that I carry myself. And I think it's very important for people to understand that no one can be you better than you. And you can't be anybody else better than anybody else, because that's them. There's 7.8 billion people on the planet, but he only made one Jew.
I just want you guys to know that I'm learning from this man. I was interviewing with him. Definitely learning. But that's one of the things that I feel like we at Wave, we attest to a lot. When you first scroll down to our Instagram page, you're gonna see some raunchy things. You're gonna see insightful, enticing conversation of pop culture and what's going on in the media. But we all have a different purpose as well. But we all come from a place where, yes, we have this aspect of us, but we can also be serious. We have a voice that we can speak on things. Just because the first thing you may see us speak on may not be to what you agree with. At the end of the day, we also have a voice as well. So being able to have that voice is important. So really, thank you for that. So that's going to saying, when I met you at the networking event, I didn't realize how important it was to see you and Robert there, and just with Will and I. It was just a really, really good experience. So what would your take be? What is the importance of networking and what it can do for you and what it can do for your brand?
Your network is your net worth. Your 5 closest friends, that's who makes up your net worth. And understanding something that my grandfather told me when I was 15, 16 years old. He said, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And when you mention someone like Robert Grant, for me, it feels so weird to even call him that. To me, that's OG Red. Like, that's some mentor who's taking me under the wing, and I bring him up because the first time we met was close to 2 years ago, and we sat down, we talked for a while, and he told me that he would put me in the right rooms with the right people, and that's what he did. So expanding the network changes everything, because I wouldn't be able to be Sir Aimezing if I didn't have a network, if I didn't have an influence or people to even be in contact with. So a lot of times for us, we feel like we get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use an example. I have another mentor who we sometimes we even go in depth about number 45. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of us, we feel like, oh no, we got to shut everybody who would support 45 out.
Mm-hmm.
You're losing when you do that. At the end of the day, what is the mission? If the mission is to achieve, then you have to do what it takes to achieve. Mm-hmm. So by expanding your network and being around a different variety of people, doesn't mean that you have to change who you are. Every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Every opportunity is an opportunity to get better. And every time a person can say, hey, I know Christian, he's got the cool hair, he's a good young man. When they put that referral in to someone else, that's what opens the doors for us to walk in. And once we get through those doors, that's when we can try and create that shift.
What would you say to those that have a hard time going out to network and think they can do it all on their own?
I'm a Nike guy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to just do it. My thing is this. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Mm-hmm. And when you truly want something, keyword truly want, all of the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. A lot of people say they want to do things. They say, how many people you know, I want to go to the league. You don't want to go to the league if you're playing 2K.
Yeah.
Because if you want to go to the
Get
league,
out there and do it.
You're in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in the gym, when you meet somebody who's better than you, you're going to go work with that person that's better than you, and you're going to learn from them. And when you see a coach or you see any opportunity to be a sponge and take everything in, that's when you are going to learn the knowledge, and then you have to put forth. Faith without works is dead. You could believe. I could believe that the lights are going to come on, but until I get up and hit the switch, I will be in the dark. So for anybody who claims they want to, you can snap.
Yeah, I got it. I had to.
You feel me? You can snap to that. Light bulb emoji. But anybody who says they want to expand and they want to grow, you have to do it. And you can't live in fear. At the end of the day, we do everything out of love and out of fear. Mm-hmm. Every single action, thought, decision is made out of love or fear. And if you're afraid, then you will stay exactly where you are.
But that goes to show, if you're passionate about something, go out and do it. Set yourself up to be in that platform, to be able to do what you want to do. So just to transition real quick, I did just hear a Jay-Z laugh. And with that Jay-Z laugh, you see that? With that Jay-Z laugh, what kind of music are you into? What genre would define what you like to listen to? Just so the people can get to know who you are a little bit more.
Guess.
I'm going to go with, I might be wrong though. I'm going to go with R&B.
Ooh. It's all over the place, but without question, my favorite genre is rap. Okay. And it's interesting because I just heard yesterday, I was with my little brother, I heard Life is Good. Is that Drake and Future, right?
Yeah.
Now, I used to be a huge Future fan. I don't listen to Future anymore. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's rap that's attached to the vision. So you hear the Jay-Z laugh because my favorite whole song is You Don't Know. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to that song. That song to me is a sermon. Mm-hmm. Literally, when I listen to the lyrics, it's motivating.
So you go into the music that have that conscious value to it. So would you be open with J. Cole? Is that like somebody that you go to?
J. Cole's on the list.
Okay.
Okay. I rock with Cole.
I'm just throwing that
Rise and Shine. Yeah. Come on. I'm on it.
I'm not going to lie. I started around Who Dat. I was young. I started around Who Dat, and I had to backtrack into some of the old stuff, but then I followed along with the rest.
I mean, I was just playing Fire Squad. Come on. Scared to take a chance. We going to get rich? Come on. That's what we just talked about with
he's personable person.
You feel me? That's what we just talked about in regards to some people being fearless, so or having fear, better yet. I'm all about music that has that type of grain. Like if I told you I have a playlist, my playlist has Legend by Drake, Institutionalized by Kendrick.
Is this a part of where you get your word of the day, the word of the week from as well? Do you get it from music lyrics as well?
So the word of the week comes from. I can't give you all that right now.
That's okay.
All I'm gonna say is there is a list of certain virtues, and stay tuned. Everybody, stay tuned to the Instagram where you'll get more of this information as the year goes on. But that is a list of words that I have been actually putting in motion for the last year and rotating the word of the week for the last year. And when I saw this list in 2019, I'll give you guys a quick story. I saw this list, read the list, and it said, when you go 52 weeks and you practice and you ingrain this word into your mind for that entire week, you are guaranteed success. In February 2019, I had a per diem position. The IRS took my taxes. I had to sell my TV, my mattress. I just completed the full year last Monday. And let's just say, I don't think we'd be here right now if those situations were still issues.
You had those words of wisdom for yourself. So, personally, for those of you that don't know, I am a high school English teacher. I teach grade 11. With that, I can see a lot of the youth who can end up in the wrong path or going the wrong way and being lost souls. Is that something that happened to you on the way growing up, and is that why you're so heavily involved in schools now?
It was a teeter-totter. I was not necessarily, I was a very good student from an academic standpoint. However, my journey shifted post-college, dealing with addictions in a lot of different ways. Addictions that put me in my mind state where I wasn't able to function properly. When you talk about working with our youth, especially, so props to you for speaking or for teaching English, because people act like words don't matter. There's a reason why it's a capital. There's a reason why you put a period. There's a reason why you put a comma. There's a reason why it's there. It's extremely important for people to understand that failure is a part of the process. Go back to the light bulb, right? Thomas Edison. It took him over 10,000 times to fail at making electricity before we have light. And once people understand, appreciate, and ingrain that, and the people who do get to the top of the mountain actually share that, that's when that shift is going to come.
So there's multiple speed bumps that you can go through in life, but at the end of the day, there's that light that is at the end, like Thomas Edison. You got to go through failing 10,000 times in order for you to be at the place that you want to be. That's one of the things that I really do want to be able to teach the youth as well. A lot of them try to give up very early. Oh, I don't want to be here. I don't care about school. So what do you want to do when you get older? I don't know. Okay, so in the meantime, let's figure out what strengths you can build on for the future, so you can figure out what you would like to do rather than being a lost cause and you're just being stuck in this one spot. That's a conversation I have to have with a couple students a lot. But a lot of them do change their way around. But that also can be because of my message. It could also be because of my perception of who I am. I am their teacher. That's one thing I was never able to really realize how much power I had just being their teacher in the general. I just always saw it like, this is something that I want to do. I want to work within schools. The reason I wanted to teach is because high school was so great to me. Growing up, I didn't have that same experience from elementary and middle school. Once I got to high school, I learned so much about diversity. Everything changed with me. And that's why I want to go back to high schools and technically give that back. That is my goal, to do that. But from them seeing me as an example, I'm very grateful for that as well. Regardless if you're a mentor or not, that connection with the youth and the perception that you give off to them is very important. I definitely want to attest to that because I've been working in after-school settings a lot. I used to work for St. John's After School All-Stars during my youth back in high school as well. But that connection, kids are very pure. They come from a very pure perspective. And if she's going to draw something meaningful that way, that meant something a lot to her. And you may not have seen that coming, but when you finally receive that message from them, it doesn't change with you. So just as much as they learn from you, you learn from them as well. So that's something. So if you ever have an opportunity to be able to work with the youth, I definitely say go ahead, go for that. That is something big that you should definitely do. So speaking of working with the youth, you have your Shifting Crew, and then you have Shift Up with Sir. Could you explain what those platforms are for our audience who may not know?
The shift is a movement. So Shift Up with Sir, Shifting Crew It's all in the same umbrella. And The Shift is a talk show, a podcast that actually developed right here in the studio that we're in, where we had a live audience, and it was all about an opportunity for students to, if they were an artist, they could come perform on the show. We did episodes where we talked about how it was important for young men to dress, where we had entrepreneurs come in specifically to talk about that. We had episodes where we discussed relationships. A lot of different elements. Shift Up with Sir is actually my own podcast. It's going to be an opportunity to allow a lot of the cool people in the city to come through, take 10 minutes to talk about your project, talk about how you're helping people. Put your word out there, create some awareness. They're both connected because it's ultimately about creating a platform and empowering those who need to be heard.
So what could we look forward to you in the future? What other projects would you have going on, or what is something that you have in the works that you probably didn't tell nobody yet, but you might tell us that you got going on?
The biggest project right now that I will share with you is I'm very happy to have booked Stefan Speaks. Are you familiar with Stefan Speaks?
I am not, but please inform
So
me.
Stefan Speaks is an author who just finished the 41 city tour. He's a relationship expert, a relationship coach. He's been doing this for a while. He's written a variety of books. He believes he'll be going on tour in June. Never been to Buffalo before, but he'll be coming to see Sir Aimezing. And then to have done that and to book someone of his caliber without like major backing, I'm pretty proud of that, and I would say look forward to that, because that'll be, more details will come, will be released soon, but it will actually be an event in August 2020.
So you guys should definitely look out for that. I just do want to thank you again for taking the time out to do this interview with Wave. You can follow Sir Aimezing at, please spell that for me, sir.
SIR, A is in Alpha, I is in Indigo, M is in Mary, E is in Elephant, Z is in Zebra, I is in Indigo, N is in Nancy, G is in Go Follow.
And I will not do the alphabet for you. You can follow us at vital.ent. We are Wave. We are Vital Entertainment. We are a media group. We are a platform. We're just starting up, so you definitely give us a follow. Please give him a follow. Again, thank you for doing this with us. We really do appreciate it.
Thank
you
you
guys
for
always
coming
have
to
a
see me.
blessed day. Have a blessed day.
Amazing out. Thank you.